Hello everybody and welcome to the Sparkling Autos YouTube channel. Now, as I mentioned in part 1, this series is not about reviewing any products. This is just me using some of my favourite products that I know are going to get the job done, and that's exactly why I'm using Articulate in this case. I get asked all the time in the comment section, what's the best product for this or that, but one of the most common is certainly, what's the best pre-wash product? Well, the truth is, there's no such thing as a best pre-wash product. There are products which are best suited for certain situations, and for a car that hasn't been washed for 18 months to 2 years, Articulate is the best product that I have for dealing with them. So after leaving the pre-wash product to dwell for the best part of 2 to 3 minutes, I then blanket it with a coat of SNOWFOAM, in this case Autobrite Direct's Magifoam. Now, some people argue that this step isn't necessary. In fact, some actually make the point that in anything it diminishes the ability of the pre-wash product. But in my experience, I don't find that to be the case. I've always got good results doing it this way, and I'm going to continue to do it this way. That being said, some of you may notice that the foam actually looks quite thin going on at this early stage, and that's because I'm trying out a new application process for the SNOWFOAM, something which I'm going to cover in much more detail in a future video. But for now, I just want to get this car covered and we'll take a look at some dwelling shots. So hopefully it's coming across on screen what's actually happening here, which is that the combination of the pre-washed products is softening up all that dirt, meaning that when it comes to using the pressure washer in a couple of minutes time, 2 years worth of road muck, traffic film and everything else is going to easily, in theory, be washed away. So you may notice the consistency of the foam. Rather than being a thick marshmallow-like foam that's own weight actually drags it off the car, it's a much wetter foam, which one allows it to stay on the panels for a lot longer, and two allows both the foam and the pre-wash product underneath to do what they're there for and continue softening the dirt. And now that it's done all that, it's time to get it rinsed off. On now then with the contact wash, and it's going to be another Autobrite Direct product, this one being their Decon wash, 50 mils of it to be precise. The reason I've gone with Autobrite's Decon wash is that after testing it upon its release back in February this year, I was really impressed with its ability to seemingly cleanse the paintwork, despite its primary purpose being to help unclog ceramic coatings. As I'll be following up this contact wash with a full chemical decontamination plus a clay bar treatment, I wanted to start with a shampoo that will also aid in said decontamination process. Plus it smells really nice. A little something for the regular viewers coming up now. If you know, you know. Ooh, now I'm just showing off. One day I'm definitely going to drop that thing. But for now, we'll move on to the brushwork. And another favourite product of mine, primarily to tackle all the nooks and crannies, and that's Koch Chemie Green Star, diluted at 1:9. So for most parts of the car, I'll simply spray it on and agitate it with a brush, a softer one for the soft, clear-coated paintwork, and a stiffer bristled brush, easy for me to say, a stiffer bristled brush for the less sensitive areas. And this is a critical process for a car like this. Moisture has been trapped for a long time, leading to moss growth, which in itself leads to even more trapped moisture, so it's important to be thorough here and not to skip any corners. As I mentioned a few moments ago, the less sensitive areas, like the black plastic grills for instance, can be dealt with using a stiffer bristled brush, as this won't damage these parts and it's going to be a bit quicker at shifting the dirt. Just remember to revert to the softer brush again when working around the badges. Now when it comes to doing in and around the door jambs and door frames, I like to throw an older towel across the seats to absorb the overspray. Using your pressure washer to rinse in these areas is absolutely fine if you do it carefully, but there will inevitably be some spray that you can't control, and it's best to avoid soaking the seats unnecessarily. When it comes to cleaning most areas, a quick spray of the Green Star can be agitated immediately and you'll still get great results, although leaving it to dwell even for just a few seconds takes all the effort away. Of course, in some instances a few seconds won't cut it and it might be better to leave it on for a few minutes. Just remember, you should let the chemicals do the work so you don't have to. After all, is that not why we buy them in the first place? And when you're dealing with an area as badly affected as this, don't put yourself under pressure to get it all done in the first pass. It might take 2 or even 3 cycles of the process to remove all of that moss, or whatever else it is you're trying to remove. The important thing is to get it done right, not to get it done quickly. I don't think I mentioned this when I was cleaning inside the door frames, but I should highlight that I've turned the pressure washer off for this part of the process, mainly to reduce the volume of water potentially getting into the car, but also it gives me more control over the spray pattern. So whilst I go ahead and rinse the remainder off, you can take a look at what's to come in the next episode.